daily contest. Best of hole 9 series kicking off with the Great Wall. This week's contest is a really good mix of par 4s. There's a handful of par 3s in there as well. And actually, we'll pull up the daily contest leaderboard right now. Not surprising to anybody, but Joe Massara in first place. Jeff Harlow in second. Tony Johnson right after him. It is only 4:23, so there is still, let's do the math. You guys know by now, or should know by now, that I'm terrible at math, but it goes until 1 a.m., so about 9 hours left to go. So if you're watching this video in the office getting ready to leave because it is Friday, go to goldentee.com, click on Find a Game, pull up the GT Caddy mobile app on your Apple or Android device, click on the Places, find a 2020 commercial game near you, and you will see the same exact setup. So if you watched a few days ago, we had the Freaky Friday preview video. Now this is live, this is in production. Wherever you go, your local watering hole to play some Golden Tee, this is the setup you're going to see. So we will play probably 2 to 3 games. Hopefully I don't play too horribly that I have to restart, because I do have a terrible habit of doing that. But it should be a good time. If you guys are joining us on Facebook for our Golden Tee Golf gaming page, thank you, or on our YouTube channel, and then of course our friends at Golden Tee Fan, the Facebook group. Whether you are a casual player or you're a really good player, Golden Tee Fan, probably about 5,000 members now. Shout out to Eric Nelson for creating that group and the webpage many, many years ago for lots of Golden Tee tips and tricks, some of which I will have to probably go touch up on, because it's, oh, look at that. I thought I would be only hole 2 by the time I screwed up. But if you're looking for somebody to play some Golden Tee with, if you're traveling to a new city or going on vacation and you want to piss off your wife or husband or significant other, Golden Tee Fan's a place to go to make a lot of good friends. So thanks to the handful of you that are currently watching from there as well. So this is Jamaica Bay hole 9. This is one of the current 2020 courses. We got a pretty good spread with the Freaky Fridays. We've got, at this point, 80-something plus courses in the Golden Tee Live era to choose from. So there is a lot of holes that you might not necessarily see here, you think should have been here. We try to pick the best of the best, and sometimes what we think is the best is not what you think. But, hey, that happens. This one, though, hole 4 is a fun one. This is Woodland Farm. I wish I had my dev cam, because this hole... famous for somebody bouncing a shot off of, I think, the pig in the back there and actually acing it. One of the first YouTube shots I remember seeing many years ago. Don't think that's going to be possible today with the setup we have, but I tell you what, even with that 6-wood, a nice 10-mile-an-hour wind to the left looks pretty solid. If you guys are new to Golden Tee, whether you're a player of the mobile game, which, cheap plug, go download Golden Tee Golf for Apple and Android devices right now and play along while I'm playing some arcade Golden Tee. Whether you're a fan of that or an old school golfer who started playing back in the 90s, or somebody new who is maybe experiencing Golden Tee for the first time these courses this year, appreciate you guys joining us. Make sure, as I hit that was a terrible shot. I actually wish that goes in the water, because that's a tough look for a hole 5. I'll have to figure that one out more when I'm not talking so much. But make sure you guys are sharing this video. If you're on YouTube, tweet that out, send it to your friends. If you're on Facebook, on the Golden Tee Facebook page, you can feel free to go ahead and share the live stream here. And even after we go off the air in about 40 minutes or so, 45 minutes after a few games, all night long, you guys can come back to this page, take a look at some of the good shots I hit, probably some of the terrible shots I hit, kind of like hole 5, and see how you could use those to your advantage when you get out there. You'll know the setup a bit. This is a fun one. I was hesitant to put this in there, but I'm actually really glad I did, just because it's a nice setup. I'm going to play this safe, and I'm going to hit a high 5-wood. Not going to be enough there, but at least I can probably throw a quick 5 hybrid chip in there. Although it's not time for excuses, I'll throw them out there. It is pretty toasty in the Golden Tee Lounge. I got my trusty fan over here. And I've honestly not played a lot of lounge golf in a while. So I'm sure I'll miss some silly chips as these first couple of games go by. In the news in the world of Golden Tee, design a hole. If you go to goldentee.com, as well as our social media channels on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we will share those throughout the afternoon, going in the evening as well. But your first sneak peek at the design a hole. Oh, beautiful. I'll take it. Double eagle, not a hole in one. That's what I forgot to do. I would love to send that to YouTube, but I'm not going to. What was I saying now? Distracted by the fact that I screwed up hole 5 and then hold on. That's okay. Back to back? Ultra shot? Oh, I did actually have one of those. I was testing some of the new stuff we were doing with Stream Deck and vMix earlier with some of the team, and I happened to just hit a full shot and casual, just Drano, par 4, hole in one. Not that that's going to do me much here. Now, I brought up the fact that, there's probably more par 3s than you're used to seeing in a Freaky Friday, but I think I like it personally, at least playing through it now, because they're a wide variety and it's not the simplest par 3. So it's going to challenge the way that you play, and it's going to make you think about the shots that you're hitting. Even if you're, whether you're a casual guy who might play one or two with a couple beers on Friday after work, or even if you're one of the top guys that is going to be, trying to win that $319 top prize. It's a fun little variety and selection here. It's actually much better than I liked. When I hit that, didn't think I was actually going to get that all the way left, but not a bad putt. Again, the scores are pretty low so far. For a typical Freaky Friday. So just pulling it up here really quick on the GT Caddy app. It is a $2,000 prize pool. Top 25 spots are still getting paid. I know a few people will not complain, but ask us questions about that, and we're still looking at the data in terms of when do we change it. I would say probably sometime towards the end of the month. And this was a tough one. We wanted to include this hole because there are times where it's drivable, but just like some of the other contests we've put up there, you're always going to have those times where it's not drivable. Oh well, oops. Now the one thing on this hole, Castleshire, you got to make sure. Not as easy to do as I might have made it look there, but got to be careful of those slopes because they are not fun. They're not easy to putt through. So Joe Massara just updated it. Joe Massara, 3,600. Evan Gossett, 33. Jeff Harlow, Tony Johnson, Ryan McCook, 32 unders. And then somebody else whose player nickname I don't know. But a handful of 32 unders right now. Not a crazy high-scoring course. Of course, Joe Massara is never a good example because he's always hitting ridiculous scores, and especially when it comes to the daily contest, definitely did not get that out, but thankfully still on the green to putt in here. Missed that putt. Kind of expected that to happen, but that's okay. But with these best of series, we wanted to take, obviously, some of our favorite designs that you'll see often in these Freaky Friday contests, but also some that you don't get a chance to experience as much. So, we've got, 10 more of these. So if you guys have thoughts or holes you want to see, send us a message on Golden Tee social media. Tweet at us at Golden Tee. Shoot us a DM on Instagram. You know, it might not feel like it all the time, but we really do listen to your guys' feedback. Sometimes probably more than we should. Brian Bernhardt, looking at you, my friend, and a handful of others. But we really do take it into consideration, especially because Adam and I, and even Travis too, are Golden Tee players. And, you know, Adam and I play this game for a long time. And so the decisions that, you know, on a Freaky Friday scale that myself or Travis are making, or even some of the grand decisions that Adam's making now as VP of our division, you know, they are made. Stop. Oh, perfect. They are made with, you know, everybody's intentions at heart. Obviously, you know, we love the bangers that play a million games a year. We also love our casual fans who grab a beer and see a Golden Tee machine and play. So, always trying to get a good balance of, you know, what we do and how we do it. And I gotta say, I hate this hole with a passion, but it was a fun. When I saw this on Travis's list, it was a fun one that I wanted to keep on there. I gotta say, this is actually probably a much better setup than I ever expected. Now, somehow, of course, I managed to hit it too hard with a 13-mile-an-hour wind in my face. Somehow, not surprised there, but again, this is only game one. Just like every stream that you guys join me in the Golden Tee Lounge for, I have never seen this setup yet. Obviously, I helped pick the holes, but in terms of the wins and the pins and all that, we don't know until it goes live at, you know, 1 a.m. on Friday morning, which, although sometimes I may be awake, I'm not checking the contest to see what it is, but you know, we got 10 more weeks of these Best Of series that'll lead us literally right into the first Freaky Friday of Golden Tee 2021. I know I talked about this in some of my preview videos. A few of you guys have asked, even with everything going around surrounding COVID and, you know, us being out of the office, all that stuff, you know, we are thankful enough at Incredible Technologies. You know, we have not stopped going. We've been working. A lot of people doing it from home. I'm one of the ones who is, you know, I don't know if privilege is the word, but I'm, you know, one of the fortunate ones who gets to come back into the office and kind of hang out and get some of my work done in the office. But in terms of what the development team and all that, I thought I hit that soft and definitely not making this chip, but in terms of the dev team, they're actually at a better pace probably than we ever have been before. So we are definitely still on track to launch in that mid to late September that we've probably done, I don't know, the last 6-7 years that at least I can remember being a player and also being part of IT. So nothing has changed in terms of our typical schedule. Nothing changed in terms of that schedule. So obviously, as we get further into July, we're going to have a lot more teases starting next week of the 2021 courses. Now that Jim Z has put his final touches on those courses, we can really go hog wild with you know, with what we show off and the fun stuff that the artists, the animators are working on. Corey Neely, I am not putting my shoe on my head, but this is not pre-recorded. Ron Whitmore, thanks for joining. Remember to stay hydrated, because especially when you're like me and you just talk, it does take a lot out of you. Let's see if I can actually hit the ball the way I wanted to before. It's what well, not necessarily what I wanted to do, but I sure as hell didn't want to hit my first shot in the water. And this is how this works. I play a decent game for the first setup I see, make a couple mistakes, like I watered this one. Then the second set, I make silly mistakes, like I did on hole 2, that I didn't make the first game. And then usually by games 3, 4, 5, 7, 10, whatever the case may be, depending on how many times I restart, usually can put up a pretty decent score to give you guys and gals out there something to watch when you're getting ready to go out there and play and enjoy these contests. Corey, I would say you probably know because I'm telling you so. I hit the 5 wood last time. I'm hesitant because I don't know if the 3 will get up there, and it doesn't. Although I probably could have finessed it in there. Again, these first couple of games are a good way, honestly, for everybody who's out there playing to try different shots, see what fits, and obviously there's a reason why Joe Massara and Evan Gossin and some of those top guys play so many games and try to win all those daily contests. Because they are playing all these contests. They're seeing the setup 20, 30, 40, even sometimes 100 different times to try to get that quote-unquote perfect score that they feel is attainable for a certain, daily contest or Freaky Friday, whatever the case may be. What else we got going on? There's a lot of stuff going on. Try something different here. Oh, I like that. Ugh, just a little bit to the far right. All right, so 13 under after 9 holes. Not the best score. Could be a lot worse. I'm telling you from experience. I have a feeling that I'm going to ace hole 10 before the end of our live stream here today. There's so much. There's honestly so much that Adam and I would love to tell you guys that we can't. Which sounds like such garbage, and it is and it isn't. Oh, that might go in. Oh. Lots of good stuff. Lots of good conversations. A lot of people that are working closely with us that want to get into the esports and Golden Tee and sponsorships and promotions and all kinds of fun deals that we're working on that as things get more and more official that we will share information with you. But in terms of everything that we've done the last couple of years, last 5-6 years, we're really scratching the surface in some of the fun and exciting things that are coming up. Again, I can't say more because I like my job. But these next couple of months for Golden Tee, again, lots of stuff still to unlock and talk about for Golden Tee 2021. But even past that point, a lot of fun stuff that is happening in the background. So I'm excited to hopefully sometime in the next month or so share that with you guys. Also, I just saw that Mouth is going to be live again tonight at 7:30. He's going to go through some of the hardest courses in Golden Tee history, or at least Golden Tee Live history. So if you guys have a course that is always, beating you down like Royal Cove or Shady Acres, speaking from experience, feel free to shoot Mouth a message on Facebook, add him on the GT Caddy mobile app as a friend, send him an invitational contest, watch him around 7:30. He's got his own Facebook page now, which still feels so weird to say in person, and I feel like that was karma for hitting a stupid shot. But Mouth has his own Facebook page at The Mouth, so make sure if you don't have him as a friend on Facebook or don't follow him on Golden Tee Fan, make sure you follow his page. He's got Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, but him and I have been going back and forth. I'm gonna get on there and talk some Golden Tee in the next couple of weeks. Timing just hasn't worked out well for us, but we will make it happen, and it will be fun, and it'll be very well worth it. And after, damn it, I can't even call him Visaleaf because I definitely hit that. After everything returns to some level of normal, I think we may make the trip up to west to Iowa to visit Mouth, do some live streams at his place. I'll see if I can convince Adam to come with. But that'll be a lot of fun. This hole, I fully expect to see some really fun. Well, I guess maybe I'll do it. I was going to say some fun shot of the week potential on this hole, just because you never know how the ball is going to react to hitting those hills. Also, I just realized I have a 29 handicap, which I can thank Brandon Robinson for, because we've been playing so many Golden Tee invites. And supposedly, according to that number, I've actually been hitting well, surprisingly. So, no handicap invites for me, please. Eric asking about the stouts. I honestly don't have an answer for you. That is a developmental question, so I'm going to push that off to my pal Adam. Again, it's something where, and Adam Kramer brought this up, and Golden Tee fan as well. We did this many, many years ago, I think, with the hurdles. And that was because 90, I don't know what the percentage is, I'm probably wrong, but I would say more than 3/4 of the majority of online players were using that golf ball. And personally, I've tried the stouts a few games. I think I did on a stream. They're just not for me. I understand why top guys like Mouth and Andy Fox and some of those, Lance Harris, some of those guys play them. Again, just not for me. In terms of, will they be nerfed? I can't say for sure they wouldn't be. I know that there is a lot of other more important things that we're working on. Not to say that, they're not potentially an issue. I know Joe Massara, a few others have brought up really good points on it. Again, these are developmental decisions that, we as a team, Adam and the development team and others, we sit down and we'll discuss and kind of go from there. And I think we have a pretty good track record of being upfront and honest and straightforward with you guys and transparent. So if anything like that is going to happen or change, we will tell you in advance of that change. But I could see it from both sides. It is a ball type that does something different than any other golf ball in Golden Tee history. Oh, come on. I hit a really good ace when only 2 people from work were watching. Now I'm not going to hit anything. I hit a double eagle, but that doesn't matter. So I would just say stay tuned, and, anything is possible. I just know that it's not really... Oh, it was a terrible shot. It's not a top priority for us right now, especially in the middle of the 2021 dev cycle. But again, if anything changes, something happens, we will tell you beforehand. I'm actually really glad that didn't go in, because it just watered hole 5. So wouldn't really do me good if I ended up watering that. So first time hit the 5 wood was not hard enough. Hit the 3 wood last time, but it clipped the rock. This time that's why I repositioned my tee. You know what I could try to do for shot of the week is bounce it off that little rock in the cup. I don't have the best shot for this hole, but I do know that when my chipping's on point, and you can ask Brandon, who I think was watching earlier, don't know if he still is, when my chipping's on point, it's really hard to break that. But on the flip side of that, it is a rarity that my chipping is on point, especially in these live streams. So thank you, my cousin Shane, for telling me that I suck. I'm pretty sure everybody who watches these videos knows that I am terrible at Golden Tee, but still have fun. Now let's see. Even though I watered 5, I still made the chip in for birdie, which means I think based off of Kevin's terrible math, I'll go in. Now with that hole-in-one, I am back on par pace, I think. Did I miss anything else? I don't know. It's too hard to track when I actually play well and when I suck. But again, I screw something up, and then I hole out. It's just I wish I was recording my Golden Tee all the time because that's truly how it is for me. Ah, damn it. I was trying to remember how I hit my shot, and I kind of sidearmed it last game, but there was no way I was going back-to-back. I'm just happy when I get an ace or a really good shot at some of these streams. Alright, this one's got some fun potential, too, off the hill, if I hit it hard enough. Nope. Nope, clip the hill. Not the hill I wanted to clip, unfortunately. Let's see. Ah, saw that coming from a mile away. If only the longest putt counted in the daily contest, then I would have it with 90 feet. Mighty Doug Thompson, I will say, as somebody who was really involved in the back end of that arcade 1-up game, just because I like to call myself the Golden Tee archivist, just because I grew up on this stuff. So those games are literally what I played at restaurants and arcades as a kid. So it is a lot of fun. It is definitely old school Golden Tee. So I don't know if you've ever played those original versions or not, but they play like games from the 90s. So definitely different than a home edition or even the Golden Tee Go, which cheap plug you can get at Costco, and I'm sure I'll hear from a few people about why it sucks, why it's terrible. I think it's great, but the arcade 1-up, it's kind of like you got mobile, arcade 1-up, Go, home edition. It's like a fun little product lines almost that we now have with Golden Tee. All right, that is much more the shot I wanted to hit. Probably less bouncing. Corey, yes, I did design the last couple of home events. I'm not sure. All right, now, I was going to say, I knew I hit a 9.5 the first game. Why it didn't work. Oh, come on. Yes. All right. I'll take it, even though I keep screwing shit up and then hitting good shots. It's not a good look. But, yes, Corey, feel free to tell me this week's home event was terrible. We are actually bringing back the summer swing for our home edition owners, where you guys have 8 weeks in events to potentially win a Golden Tee 2021 update. Alright, now that we're getting close to the end here, and even though I'm not playing well, I'm not playing terribly, I want to avoid those trees. This one is a tough one, especially with that wind. This is probably going to be one of the better shots that I have on it. The only problem now is I friggin' missed the chip. It's just that, like, anytime I leave myself with a chip, it's always, oh, we just hit a hole-in-one on a par 4. Let's play terrible. Yeah, so the Golden Tee Go, just to give a quick, brief plug for it, it is not made for the super dedicated fan who plays, like, a bunch of games at the bar. The Golden Tee Go is made for the casual players who enjoy Golden Tee. It was a terrible follow-up chip. Who enjoy Golden Tee but don't care about the online features. They don't care about having the newest courses. It is still Golden Tee. The guts and everything in Golden Tee Go are the same, are pretty much the same thing that run home editions and current Golden Tee commercial games. So when people try to compare it to the Jack's Pacific and Radica plug-and-play of like 20 years ago, it's not a really good comparison because you're literally talking about a $20 plug-and-play off the shelves of Kmart or Walmart compared to something like it's literally this right here, the control panel. You literally can just pick it up and it's on the go, and it's like 25 pounds. Meant to hit yes. I took it on a trip to Arizona with a couple of our social media influencers, and the box itself running through the airports with it was heavy. because there's so much foam in the box to help protect it. But when you're actually carrying the Go by itself, it's only 25 pounds, and it's not much heavier in that box, but you have to protect, there's a lot of foam in that box to protect it. So, and there's potential that we do updates for it. There's potential that it goes online. There's potential that we add courses and features you never know. Oh, this would be a beautiful start. Turn. But, if people want the online features and the latest and greatest, that's what the Home Edition is there for. So, again, it's still a new product. It's still something. It's selling well at Costco. Costco is very happy with it. We are very happy with it. It is still something that, I wish people actually understood. What the hell happened there? That was a terrible shot. I wish people understood business a little bit more to think about why we might make some of the decisions that we do. All right, I'm calling it now. That was terrible. I have no idea what happened with the trackball there. But because this is going to be my final game before I get out of here for the weekend, I'll give you guys the enjoyment of one DNF this week. But, here's the thing. Try it. Buy it from Costco. Try it. If you don't like it, take it back to Costco. It's, no harm, no foul. And honestly, it's going to be one of those things that when live events start coming back, my hope is to have one to take to events, for the hotel and when the bars and stuff close down. Because, I helped test this thing over the last couple of years and, was able to give honest feedback to people, to the higher ups, and not just from me, but from people who don't play Golden Tee like I do. And it's still a fun experience. It's still fun. It's still fun to have in the garage or on the boat. Playing casual. You're not going to care about, even somebody like me who plays Golden Tee almost religiously. You're not going to necessarily care about, trying to bump up your stats or play online against your buddies when you're hanging out on a boat or hanging out at a barbecue or even a tailgate at a football game. So, there was decisions made, and I think they were, the team was very smart in how we approached this product. But again, there's an Ethernet port on there, there's a USB port on there, which means we clearly thought ahead and said, maybe we'll update this depending on how successful it is. So, just, I think my rant is finally over, but just, give it some time. Give it a chance. That was a bad shot. I don't like, unless it's ultra shots, I ended up hitting that too straight. Now I'm trying to sidearm everything. But Go is a fun product. There's a lot of places we can go, literally, pun intended, with it. Obviously pre-COVID we had a lot of big plans for this product in terms of tailgates and all that kind of stuff that, had to be, I'm going to hit, of course, I would say I'll hit the one damn leaf. Damn. Let's see. Yes. I don't care anymore. The fact that I birdied that hole is hilarious. Because I realized the first time I was on the smaller island closest, so I could easily just throw a chip out there. This time I actually had to work for it, so I'm proud of that. Beals Creek, well, another par 3 here. But yeah, a lot of fun opportunities and partners and influencers and sponsors are on the way. That'll be very exciting to share with everybody soon. Let's see. I missed the trackball, so I think I missed the trackball well enough that works out. I'll have a putt, but man, that could have been worse. That was almost bad, but I'll take it. The other thing I didn't touch upon yet, but I wanted to talk about it, I know we've talked about it in other streams and videos and everything, but is Classic Course of the Week. Normally by now we're on probably, I don't know, week like 5 or 6 of Classic Course of the Week, and obviously the coronavirus and everything shutting down, a lot of locations and states closing down affected that. So this week we brought back Bonnie Moore because it's Adam and I's, one of our favorite courses. And we brought it back, but we did it with a $2 entry fee. And, people are playing it. It's still fun. It's still Bonnie Moore. But we're changing things up next week. We're going to go back to Kangaroo Trail, which is an original Golden Tee Live course. Oh, but I would say back-to-back would have been beautiful. Did I have like 2 or 3 hole-in-ones that game? I didn't even really pay attention, to be honest. But next week is Kangaroo Trail. It's back to 50-man contest, but the prizes are a little bit more rearranged. Higher prizes for the first and second places. And Kangaroo Trail is that time I went too far right. Kangaroo Trail is a fun one where the setups can really change per game. So, as always, we love the feedback. Now that Closest to the Pin back is back in commercial modes as well as daily contest, money shot, the 5 regular courses and the remastered, the one thing we don't want to do is just spread people too thin. Just like I didn't want to hit that shot so hard, but apparently... Oh, what? Wow, I kind of know by now with how I chip. I've never seen it actually... I've never seen it hit the cup, hit the pin, hit the cup, and then hit the pin again. Normally, when you hit a replay like I did, it would change the way that video was. But that was interesting. Kind of irritating. Because I'm sure now I'll probably ace something that I didn't before. Or just hit a really super short shot. Thanks, Jed, my friend. The other thing, too, is make sure you're following Golden Tee on, obviously, a lot of you are watching on Facebook, but also, make sure you're following us on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter and Instagram, because, this past week there was a National Give Something Away Day, and so what we're going to do for GT Freebie Friday is we're going to have a real big kind of swag package. We'll have a couple different options for people. We'll have something for, like, the old school golfers. Then we'll have something for the, oh, jeez. Oh, wow. Well, it looks like we might be playing another one, folks, and this just magically goes in. All right, well, it went in, whatever. We'll have a couple different options for our GT Freebie Friday pack. So be sure to follow us on there, especially on Instagram. We're doing a lot more on Instagram, especially with influencers and partners and celebrities. So always going to be giving something fun away there. I heard a rumor, can't confirm nor deny, but I heard a rumor that we may or may not be giving a Golden Tee Go away in the near future. So if anything, whether you like it or you don't, still be a good reason to check it out and follow us on those other platforms. Damn, I was really hoping I could go back to back here. I'm actually just happy through, what is this, game 5 1/4, that I've had multiple hole-outs, including multiple hole-in-ones, which just normally is not, just doesn't happen for me. And for the hell of it, I'm going to try a different shot here. Oh, it actually is not, I expect it to be a lot worse. The low 10.5 degree driver still coming in very hot. Also that chip, not meaning to come in as hot as well for that, but hey, that's all right. Let's try to get a shot of the week here, see if I can convince the marketing coordinator to put me in a shot of the week. I hit that too hard. It's all right. And again, you guys have, when you hit those great shots, I'm not sending them to YouTube because I don't want you guys to have my phone number, even though most of you already do. But make sure you send those in. That's another good reason to follow us on social media because we're always sharing shots of the day. And, of course, the top 5 shots go on the commercial and home edition games each week. So you never know when you're going to see your name and character featured. But I appreciate you guys joining us. It is a little bit over 5 o'clock, or it is 5:01. It is time to get out of here. You guys have 7 hours and 58 minutes left to go for this week's Freaky Friday contest, $2,000 prize pool. Get out there, play, practice. The daily contest, whether it's Monday Mix-Up, Freaky Friday, or just regular contest, always good way to practice and try to get better, because no matter whether you play a couple rounds a month, a couple rounds a year, or 100 a month, you're always trying to get better. We're always striving for that best game that we possibly can have. So thank you guys for joining us. We will see you next week for Monday Mix-Up, more events, more Golden Tee 2020. Again, thank you for joining us. Make sure you are watching out for that GT Freebie Friday this week, and we'll see you guys next time.